Silver makes terrifying move. Check the price on Thursday. This is crazy. We're seeing massive disruptions in the price of silver, and data just came out today that is putting the price into a tailspin. We're in new territory with all these changes, and in this video, I'm going to break this down so you are ahead of the game. I'm going to explain this so you're prepared and you know when to move on the price of silver. While I talk about this, I'm going to crack open this $200 mystery silver slab. Silver follows a pattern, and this is the part that dealers don't want you to know. If you know what to look for, then you could follow that pattern and be ahead of the game. But here's the disruption. Listen closely to this. It is important. Silver typically has an inverse relationship to the strength of the dollar. We know that. An inverse relationship to treasury yields. We know that. Historically, when the dollar is strong, silver drops in price and vice versa. The same for treasury yields. When yields are strong, then the silver price drops. Here's the disruption. When silver first jumped up in price last month, it held its value neck to neck with the strong dollar. It held its value neck to neck with strong treasury yields. This is a major disruption to the pattern of silver. Here's another disruption we're seeing. Wall Street hangs on every word that comes out from the Fed. The moment the Fed makes an announcement, Wall Street runs with it, and we see this time and again. Check out how this is impacting the price of silver. We need to look at gold for this. Silver lags behind gold. It always does. This silver that I'm holding here, the price of silver, it lags behind gold. Gold moves first, and then eventually silver follows. Now, when gold made a big jump in price this past month, or 6 weeks ago, it took some time, but silver followed. Now, back to Wall Street. It can be argued that the rising tide of Wall Street last month was responsible for the increase in gold price. The tide goes up and all the ships go up. There's another disruption because gold, like silver, has an inverse relationship to Wall Street. It should not be following that tide. When Wall Street is showing weakness, people typically pull their investments out and put their money into precious metals, boosting the price of gold. But that is not what we saw. These are all disruptions in the typical pattern for precious metals. Here's what you need to look out for today. As I record this video today, the PPI and CPI reports are being released, and those reports will make Wall Street jump into action. This is from Reuters. It says, Wall Street week ahead, earnings bolster U.S. stocks, crucial inflation report looms. That word looms is absolutely key. This article starts, inflation reports have preceded market pivots in recent years as the Fed has ramped up interest rates to cool consumer inflation from 4-decade highs hit in 2022. Most recently, an April 10th release showing a third straight month of stronger than expected inflation was followed by a roughly 2-week decline in stocks as it spurred fears the Fed could raise rates this year. Economists polled by Reuters expect the May 15th Consumer Price Index report will show an increase of 0.3% in April from the previous month. Investors are also awaiting data on retail sales next week, as well as earnings from Walmart. Now, typically, we see a 24-hour lag for silver to respond to this data. So check the spot price of silver on Thursday. This data, these reports, this is the data we need to look at because it shows us the pattern for silver price. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a silver stacker like you, telling you my experience. And in my experience, this is the data we need to follow to be ahead of the game. And let's crack open this $200 mystery silver slab. I want to thank RUA Gold for sponsoring today's video. Their ticker is NZAUF. In August 2020, when gold broke $2,000 for the first time, remember those days? The index was 40% higher than today. Mining is the cheapest it's been compared to the overall U.S. economy since 2015 when gold traded for just over $1,100 an ounce. This is the starting point. We were in a bull market, and it's just the beginning. New Zealand's largely unexplored South Island was formed by similar tectonic processes as the Fosterville mine in Australia. Let me make this clear. This is the mine in Australia from which millions of ounces of gold have been extracted profitably, turning Eric Sprott into a billionaire. I need to use the saw to get into this. The mineral riches of this land are well documented and known to be world-class, and a tidal wave of change in public opinion is fueling a mad gold rush in New Zealand. It makes sense then that Eric Sprott is a key shareholder in RUA. I consider it a great gift to tell you about RUA Gold when it has a market cap of only CAD $40 million. In 3 years of exploration, RUA Gold has mapped the historic mines and made a promising new discovery, 16,000 soil samples collected and analyzed, the most comprehensive geochemical data set in the Reefton Goldfields. Detailed geological mapping of historical workings has been complete, and UAV magnetics have defined exciting targets for the 2024 work program. I give up. Let's get the hammer. Over the past 3 years, RUA Gold has been operating as a private company with over $8 million spent. The team has completed the detailed work, including tenement acquisition and management, access agreements, mapping, rock chip sampling. Now drills are turning for the next New Zealand high-grade gold discovery. This is the time that I like to get on a company, right when they're starting to drill. We've never seen gold trading above $2,300, silver trading at 3-year highs, the GDXJ breaking out of a 52-week high, all happening at the time that the Federal Reserve readying to cut rates. That with historic high inflation rates, gold stocks are in the best position in the best 15 years to make a dramatic move higher. Gold might double. It might absolutely double from here by the end of 2027 to 2030. You heard that right, double. Silver might triple by the end of 2027, but the junior mining sector will go up 1,000 to 2,000%. If that happens, just think about the speculative portion of your portfolio. Think about asymmetric bets, about ways to really get involved now, before the skyrockets and the opportunity is gone until 2040. This is the time to get in on a mining company, the exploration stage, just when they're set to drill. I urge you, check out RUA Gold. Their ticker is on the screen, NZAUF, and there it is. Check it out. It is a beautiful rainbow tone Morgan. I don't know if you can see the colors on your end, but they really pop. And this is going straight to the stack.